Morning, Monday the 3rd of October 2022, and I thought I'd better come up here to the allotment. I'd seen the weather forecast and we're in for some rough weather, some real bad gales, and I wanted to just strengthen this polytunnel just a touch more. That's something I noticed the other day, and these accidentally fell into my boot on the way up. It's a lemon tree and a couple of mandarins. Those are the Christmas potatoes in the pots. We need to give them a drop of water today as well. Two of them have at least. One still. But these have been in here for quite some time now. But yeah. Limes are all coming along nicely on there. And our leafless mandarin is putting flowers out all over now. There is one leaf there, I think, still. It's still just got the one leaf, but that's opening up a little bit. But it's not putting much foliage back on. But the tree is still very much alive. It's all green. The bottom branches have died and we'll probably snip them off. Once we don't want to give it any more shocks, we'll leave it to just come on a little bit more. So the main reason for today is I just want to put another cross member in here because that's quite a large sheet, and it's only fixed in the tongue and groove borings on the outside, and the winds come this way quite often, mostly and strong. So just to stop it flexing and popping out into the polytunnel, I'm just going to put another bracing down here just to give that added strength. It's not going to be screwed to it, it's just going to be screwed to the framing, so that when it blows against it, it gives it that extra strength. So that's at least one little job that I know I need to get done. Another little job we're going to have to get done today is to get these autumn broccoli potted up till I get ready to put them out. I could put them in like that now. Actually, I might even do that with those ones. But I want all of these primo cabbages potted up before we get them into the polytunnel. Oh, most of them will be going in the polytunnel. And the snowball cauliflowers, they're going to need potting on very soon. Lettuce, they're starting to come on. And we only did plant the one cell of the dwarf kale, and they can probably go a little longer, but maybe get some of these they could probably be a little longer, but these primos want potted on. So another little job we can get done today. A couple of little jobs that needed to be done. The greenhouse, the treehouse door, over time had swelled up a bit, and even though we left that gap so the door would close, the timber swelled more than we thought it would. So I just got up on the ladder with the chainsaw, and we've just took a quick shaving off there and a little tiny bit off the bottom where it was rubbing on this bottom corner. And now I can get it locked again, because I know these gales are coming up and they're going to be quite severe from what I understand. So we need to get this as secure as possible. I've then got the stakes. These are great little stakes. These are my freebies. 1-inch posts knocked in, a good foot deep, and we've now got the raspberry canes tied up to that, just for now till they get established. I'm really liking this, what we got done yesterday. Yeah, little trees coming back again now. That's good news. This is about 10 years old, this little tree, but as you can see, that's as big as it is. Brilliant. This is the beauty of dwarf trees, and if you keep them maintained. That one was neglected, to be honest with you, but we will shape that and we'll turn that into a golden delicious, like I said. And then we got all the stakes in the ones that needed it yesterday. I showed you that yesterday. And I'm really pleased with how that turned out. Hopefully that will now just be minimal weeding. Yes, we will have a little bit around the trees, but it's going to be a damn sight less than it would have been weeding this entire stretch. And this is over 40 feet long. It's about 48 foot. And I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 40 feet. It's 5/8, 40. These are 8-foot boards, so it's 40 feet long, this bed. So I've just come over to the garden area to have a quick check. I put a few bits and pieces on the top of the cardboard last night, because they were blowing up, as you know, I showed you. And they've all stayed put for now. I'm not sure whether they will win the gales, but yeah, we'll cover them back over if we have to. So, another good jobbed. This compost is getting heated up really nice now. As you can see, it's now active. That didn't take long at all. This grapevine one's tied to the fence now. We're going to run that all the way down there. And it's put a bit of growth on this year, so we can get that bent over and tied to the fence. Likewise with the secondary branch, and we'll have one at that level and one running across the top by the looks of it. Little apple trees are shaded in the pots behind here. The gate had blew open, and you can see the chickens got in and they've been digging laggy holes all over here. We've got them back out again now, but yeah. The gate had been, the wind had been blowing, and the gate, the snack on the gate came undone. It wasn't quite in far enough, and consequently they had a field day in here. But something else I've noticed, and another job to do, is this was also supposed to be UV protected, but as you can see, it's full of holes now. So one good strong gale now will blow that right out, and we'll just have strands. So I have a bit of sheeting, this sheeting left, which for now and today as a quick fix, I'm just going to screw right over the top. Carrots are still coming along brilliant. We're leaving them in the ground. We've got this other apricot here, which is a dwarf apricot. The other one isn't, it's a full size one, but we can keep it dwarf. This is a dwarf apricot. It hasn't done well in here at all. That will be moved as well as it dies back and planted in the ground. Excuse me. All of this bed is getting cut out and everything lifted in it. This bed is getting taken up, and we're going to put 3 square 3-foot beds up there and have 3 individual beds, perhaps all for strawberries. I've got some strawberries coming off, some strawberry runners coming off Terry King. Very kindly is sending me some strawberry runners off his strawberries. I'd seen how amazing they were, and he said he would send me some. So that'll be a welcome addition. The cabbages are doing fantastic so far, and I'm also going to put a couple of screws through these beds into these cages to stop the winds lifting them straight off, just as a precautionary. It'll take 2 minutes, job done. Right, I better get cracking. There we go, another 6 broccoli in here, and all I've done is we've used the bulb planter, cut through the cardboard. We'll leave the cardboard down as a mulch to suppress the weeds, and popped in 6 more calabrese. That will now go on top and be screwed in through the sides of the bed to hold it in place, and because that one's plastic all round, it will offer some shelter from the winds for these young brassicas that's only just going in now, because I know the gales are coming, but the plastic will help to protect them. There we have it, house on top. I love these brassica cages. They really are worth spending the time in making. You can make them out of plastic, polycarb, fine Enviromesh, barrier netting, anything at all you've got to hand. The beauty about the ones with the plastic, of course, is they offer the wind protection in winter. In summer you probably just need this. These will offer wind protection as well to a greater or lesser degree, but obviously not as good as a plastic. But the top is the Enviromesh, and the four sides on this one happen to be plastic. Now you can make them any combination. You could have two big plastic sides and this netting on the end and this end for the airflow. You could have that. You can make the modules in any way you want. You just make a lot of different modules up and then you can assemble them according. So that is another beauty about these. Now you can't buy anything like this. You've got to make them, and it's time consuming, but it is so worth the effort. And going forward, once they're made, that's it, you've got them. And yeah, I for one can see a benefit from these. So that's 6 more plants in the ground. I think we've 2 or 3 little ones left, so my brother will make use of those, I'm sure. And these are all being screwed, and all I do is I put one screw. That's the other beauty about them being wood. One screw through the side of the bed into the framing at each end. So basically there, there, there and there, and that keeps them in situ as well, potentially. It'll certainly be better than just leaving them sitting on the bed. In summer, of course, you can just leave them sitting on the bed because you won't have the gales as a rule that you get in winter. But just securing them down, when you hear the wind blowing outside, you can hopefully confidently relax and think, well, they're not going to go anywhere. They're screwed to their beds, unless it lifted the whole bed. And I have seen that happen in the past. But yeah, with a bit of luck, because the wind can break through, then hopefully they won't lift. So that's them 2 jobs done. They've now got the window also put on there, and I think we're pretty much done over here for now. Hopefully nothing's going to go anywhere. I might just put a couple of screws in that lid on the top of that pallet bay, just in case the wind lifts it up and throws it through the greenhouse there, or throws it through this. Better safe than sorry. Right, another jobbed. We've got the main job done that we came up to start. We've got the 2 extra braces put in there, just so that it doesn't blow in here. And with an afterthought, I'm now thinking I will put just 1 screw in the centre of each of those to stop it blowing that way, of course. And then at least we know that should stay put. And you'll see now that we've taken down the shade cloth. We want some light at these plants now. Now that the days are getting shorter, we'll let these plants have the light. They've established now. They've all got bedded in. They've got the roots down. So we're now going to give them the light back that they need. And happy days. Another jobbed. There's how much more time I have now to do little jobs that are necessary. And there we have another jobbed. Got all the windows back in on the polytunnel as well. We just screw these on and unscrew them to remove them. I probably will make opening windows for these going down the line, but I'm going to reskin this polytunnel at some point. So when we reach that stage, we'll do it. So that's another jobbed, another great jobbed. I left the potting on till last in case the rain come on and beat me and the gale started to get up. And again, we've got all the plastic sheeting screwed back onto this door now again. So I'm fairly confident now that I've got most things battened down, and hope for the best. Right, another jobbed. I've spared you the pain. I'm sure everyone knows how to transplant seedlings. So, excuse me, we've done quite well. From those 2 little cells, we've got quite a number of Primor 2 cabbage. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. We've got 15 cabbages out of those 2 little cells. This one here is a little bit on the weak side, but because I had it, I'm going to give it a try. I've seen when you've transplanted them into a big pot, give them plenty of nutrition, these really come on. Well, if it doesn't, it doesn't. That one only had the 1 leaf, but it was still trying, so we'll give that a go as well. So now we'll just let these come on a bit, and then some of these will be going in the polytunnel if not all, or maybe try again some outside and some in the polytunnel. We'll see how that goes. I've made the decision to leave these, I've just given them another water. I'm going to leave the cauliflower just a little longer to come on a bit more, and the lettuces and the kale, because there's still some germinating that's smaller than others, so we might as well get as many up as we can and then take the best out of these and see how we go with that. And that, my friends, brings you to another end of an exciting episode of Alan's Allotment. Right, I'm a lot happier now that I've managed to get all of those jobs done, and I'm surprised how much I was able to quickly run round and do lots of little jobs that just needed doing. Now that all these big jobs are done, it's going to be so much better now. Right, as always guys, wherever you are in the world, please do stay safe, be practical, keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.